Good afternoon. I am out in the woods on the property here. And just kind of checking out this rock formation out here that you can't really see the whole thing right now. It's pretty level up on top, but that thing is ginormous. Hello, everybody. If I told you that that's probably 20 feet from there to there, just to give you an idea of height-wise, it's flat top there for the most part too. It goes considerably farther over there too. Just gonna sit here for a minute. If you look way down below the rock, down at the bottom of the holler, you'll see the road down there. Holler's a new word that I learned, by the way. No, that's the road that comes into our property. So this actually overlooks that. I think I'll walk out to the rock here in a minute, and I don't want to slip off of it because it's probably at least a 50-foot straight drop, if not more. I'm going to go with more off the other side of that. I hear some dogs barking. Yeah, it's been wet out here. And I'm out here by myself. Kelly's back in the bus, chilling for a while. The coyotes last night, man, were they howling, and it was amazing. And of course, our owl. Is it bank whooped? Is that what you're BNK whooped? Thank you for that. Are you guys hanging in there? Yeah, I'm hanging in here. I got I'm going through some personal stuff right now that I'll share in a little bit here, but I've never been afraid of mistakes. When I make a mistake, I admit it. I don't try and hide it. And I got a client that we did some work on his bus last year that we didn't do everything exactly right. And he's threatening to, he made this really horrible video that he's going to post on social media saying about how bad of a job I did and everything. And I wasn't worried about that because we put some parts back on his bus that were the wrong part numbers, but that's what was already on there. So I didn't, I mean, it is what it is. I would have worked with him on it too. But his first contact with me was so vile and disgusting, and he thought I would want to cover everything up, that I didn't do it right, and I've never been about that. So I freely admit when we do something that's not right. It sucks that those wrong parts were already on there and that we didn't notice that they were there, which I'll get into it in a few days. But yeah, his initial thing and the video that he's made, it's very, first of all, there's a lot of lies in it, things that are not truthful, things that are stretched from the truth and stuff like that. But I don't need to get into personal attacks. It is what it is. And had he have been nice and approached me differently, instead of thinking that I would want to hide, his whole thing was, I will hide everything if you pay me money. And it just struck me as so bizarre and so wrong that it's not going to happen. So all of my clients I'm extremely close with and very nice to, very cordial with. A couple times I've mentioned a few people that I would never work for again because they're not nice people. So anyways, let's talk about something exciting and happy, like this beautiful giant ass rock hill that we own. I'm sorry it's shaky. I don't have a tripod with me. But I do appreciate you all. I appreciate the kind words that we get a lot. I think for the most part, we try to run a really upbeat and happy YouTube channel. Let's go check out this rock some more. Okay, almost fell down the hill. Apparently moss is really slippery. Probably something that people that grew up in this area know. Almost died. I mean, this is probably like snake heaven right up here, right? I wish I could make I don't have the wide angle lens ability here. So our property line is kind of over on the other end here. I really don't want to fall off the hill. I just love these flat rocks though. I assume that's limestone, but I'm not a... Yeah, that's got to be 20 feet tall right there. I really want to go out on the top of it, but it overhangs. Oh, I'm getting brave. Oh, the rocks are like loose. Oh, there's a birdie in the tree. I hear a woodpecker too. I think it's a woodpecker. Yeah, I need to have like a safety rope or something to go over the edge. I'm not really afraid of heights, but I'm afraid of sudden stops below them. I really want to go under this giant rock though. It doesn't help that everything is like leaves everywhere, which is slippery, which is how I slipped a minute ago. I probably need like a really good walking stick. This is maybe a little steeper than the driveway. Oh, please. I suppose I should look up and make sure there's no widowmaker branches hanging above me here. Man, that's cool. if I fall, I probably won't fall very far because these trees will stop me. If I wasn't so afraid of snakes, I think I'd be a little more aggressive here, but I'm trying to watch where I'm walking. Turkey buzzards flying over there. Nature is amazing, man. Oh, talking about spiders, that's not nice. No, we've seen multiple snakes on this property already. Don't tell me it's too cold for snakes. Bullshit. Yeah, I'm very well aware that these rocks look very inviting to snakes. You know, those openings are probably 6 to 8 inches in there. All right. It's pretty steep with a lot of loose leaves here. Oh my God. There's another cliff that's down there at the edge, and it's probably a 15, 20-foot drop off of that one. Okay, I'm out of the leaves. I'm on ground. I'm more comfortable. I don't know which way I want to go around. I think this way here. If you're watching the world's most boring video, I apologize. This is me being an explorer. Oh, mud daubers. Great, let's add another insect that I don't like into the mix. Oh, there goes a car down the road. All right, let's go a little further down here. Okay, if you remember how big I said that rock was, if I reach up, I'm not even close. It's still 4 or 5 feet above me there, and that's just the underside of it. I mean, it would really suck if it broke off right now, but yeah, see all the mud daubers have been chilling on there? You know, this social distancing thing, we're really embracing it right now. Oh man, we did. We really bought this property at the absolute best time. So I'm walking through a spider web night right now. I'm being brave. Just let you know, I should get a medal for that. Someday that rock will fall. You know, that wasn't the nicest thing to say right now. As these other ones have fallen. And again, this is all way above my head. I mean, this thing is huge. I hear something. Man, I hope it's not back in that hole. And if it is, it better not run at me. If it's an armadillo, I will scream. Okay, so do you think it's a beautiful rock? Or was I selling it too hard on the title of the video? I think it's beautiful. I wish I knew how big it was. All right, I'm going further. Everything's starting to get a little greener out here. Kind of want to grab a piece of that rock off of there, but I don't want it to fall on me. Oh, Jesus. The whole thing is just barely holding together. The whole thing that I'm standing under. It's kind of neat. I'll put that one in my pocket. Kind of looks like a dinosaur. It'd be cool if there was like fossils in it or something. I actually assume that that's chert going across there, but I'm not the rock expert. Bigfoot would want to hang out down here, I'll tell you that. Yeah, until you had an armadillo run across your foot. I thought it was going to bite me. Because from my perspective, it just ran straight at me. So even this is about 5 foot high under here. Oh, there's water dripping off of it. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, that's cool. You have no idea how bad I want to go back in there. Something probably already lives in there, though. Height, that's about 5 foot by 3 foot wide, maybe. And my testicles are this small, so I'm not going back in there. I would be really comfortable going in there, though, because this other rock seems to be holding that upper shelf on there. Man, when I was a kid, oh my gosh. I would have been all about playing all up in here. Okay, I'm sorry for the most boring video ever. I apologize. I am going to keep walking around just a little bit, though. For some reason, when I thought about going in that little hole, I pictured that movie 27 Hours or whatever. I didn't want to be the stuck in the hole. It'd probably be fun to dig for some Indian artifacts and stuff around in there. I would assume that might be. I think they used to like outcroppings. I don't know my history. Seemed like it'd be a nice place for a shelter. Oh, that looks pretty cool up there too. And I know with all the chert rocks around, that's what they used to like to make arrowheads and stuff. So I suppose I should get trained in looking for the little chippings when they would make arrowheads and stuff. I just fell in a hole. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, come on. Why you gotta mention bats? Check this tree out. Totally growing out of the rock. That's amazing. Yeah, I need Kelly to be with me before I get brave enough to go up into some of that stuff. Yeah, that tree. It's like you can't tell the difference between where the tree is and where the rock is, at least in real life. Like the color and the texture and everything is like the same. That's like nature meets nature. That's a big old tree too. Hope it's attached. Oh yeah, I have that. I have a FLIR camera attachment for my phone, which is the thermal vision camera. That would probably be pretty good to walk in that little cave thing with. Of course, I would want my phone on about a 10-foot selfie pole or something that could reach out in front of me. I'm gonna say that this rock overall length, it's the length of a football field. Go away, snakes. It looks really slippery over here. It's a little steeper. Oh, come on. At some point it should get ugly, right? I think it's just more beautiful as I go. Bears and mountain lions do protection with you, don't you? Is that what that? No. I don't know what good a condom's gonna do. Oh no, that'd be mountain sheep. Oh man. I very badly want to walk up between there, but it's really steep. And with all the leaves, I don't really have good shoes on for it. I just got my rubber mud and boots on. Well, I'm gonna go back. This is pretty steep too. I'm not sure how I got this far without looking down. I was looking up at the rock and not that way. Oh, shoot. If you weren't here for the beginning when I almost fell, it was very exciting. Oh. Oh. Check this out. The trees, they're getting leaves. Spring is here. Well, that tree's dead. You can see the woodpeckers have damn near been trying to saw it down. I assume that's woodpecker holes. Okay, that was close. All right, let me read a few comments here. Really, I'm enjoying my walk. I tell you what, when I was a kid, I have no doubt in my mind that I would be rappelling off of that thing. You know, with like an extension cord as the rope or something like that. I don't want to sound like an idiot, but is that a cactus up there? What is that? They're really fat leaves, whatever they are. That's crazy. I didn't know I could actually zoom in like that. Huh. Looks like a cactus from down here. If it wasn't 30 feet up in there. I'm going under. The dripping water sounds under here are really eerie. I'm gonna have to study up on my rocks. It's pretty cool though. They're obviously a sedimentary rock. And that will give me my A for the day. And we're under the giant end right now. I'm not really worried about bats. We had a bat in our house one time. I say I'm not worried about bats, but until I tell you this story. So Kelly says she sees something, and I think it's that we used to live on a road where like headlights would shine through our windows a lot. I thought it was just a car. We had the lights off. It was nighttime, watching TV. And she goes, I just saw something. And I'm like, I saw the headlights flashing on the wall or whatever. And then she sees it again as it comes right for her, right above her head. We turn the lights on. Yep, there's a bat in the house. So I get my camera out to record it. And the bat flies straight at my head. It missed my head by millimeters. And I full on screamed. Like, I was recording. I actually have the video somewhere. It was a full on, like, high school girl in a scary movie scream. And I didn't know I had that in me. I thought I would have been like Barry White or something, you know, a real deep, low, like, oh, damn, a bat or something, you know. Oh, my gosh, my 12-year-old girl voice came out. It was very funny. Note to self, how to capture a bat in your house when it lands on the wall. Put a coffee can underneath of it while it's on the wall. And then as you like fling a towel or something at the bat, bats, when they fly, they drop and then fly. So if you put the coffee can, they just drop right into the can, and then you can put the lid on the can. So if you ever have a bat on your wall, coffee can under it, make it fly, it'll fall into the can. But we didn't catch that one. It went up into the wall. Then we had to call an exterminator because I'm like, if he can get in and out of the house. It was an old home that we lived in. It was built in 1863. It was all brick. Oh, I love that rock. I'm gonna have to get an RV pad over this way too. It's all very accessible except for the top, like 15 feet to it here. This is not the way I came. Ignore the out of breath sounds and the really bad video as I'm going through trees. Oh. It's easier to go down than up. Well, if nothing, this property is going to keep us in shape. Kelly and I have been using a rake on the driveway. Several people saw the rake in the video and they're like, put that thing down, get a box blade. At some point, our neighbor's going to come over with a tractor and the box blade. But until then, we wanted to get things raked out a little bit. And we have. All right, it's going to go up about 10 more feet and then I'm going to sit down. Okay. Make sure there's no anthill. Almost back to where we started, but I'm out of breath. All right, I'll try to read a few comments here again. Oh, great. Yeah, no more scaring me with animal stories. Yeah, we could probably get some of that rock, since it comes off on those flat pieces, and make a little staircase out of it. Even if we just put a table out here, a bench, something to enjoy the property. I actually think that little cedar tree right there, if that's what that is, pine, I don't know what it is. I think it's beautiful. Tyler took his AR back home. And I probably would have accidentally shot myself when I almost fell earlier if I had a gun with me, so. The concrete guy called me yesterday, but I was helping the neighbors, the awesome neighbors. I was helping them move into their house. Somebody write something on that tree at some point? I'm gonna say that said something. That does not look natural. Don't think it's ancient. So again, there you can see the road down there in the bottom of the holler. It's my new favorite word. That is a cactus because there's another one right over there. I can see it standing up. Horrible video. Oh, there it is, right there in the middle. At least it's a thick cactus type texture. I think maybe me and Kelly will have to come out here and carve something in a tree. I would have not thought cactuses were native to Tennessee, so I assume that's why I'm kind of shocked. Yeah, for all you guys stuck in your homes, I apologize. Or maybe you'll enjoy the... Oh, you would not want to go sledding here. That would be some full-on X Games shit. But our driveway would make really fun for sledding. They just don't get a lot of snow here, so... Tell you what, this spot over here really makes it tempting to build over here. This is the first time I ventured over to this part of the property. We've gone around the perimeter of it, but I had never accessed it from the top of the hill before. I knew it was going to be beautiful. Every time we go by this rock on the road, I'm like, I want to go up there by that rock. It just looks so pretty. This would be a beautiful building site right here, though. Maybe even a swimming pool up over here. You got the natural deck. I'd be afraid of, I don't know that I could do a flag because there's so many tall trees around. You're just not really going to see it. And I got to be careful. Somewhere around here is that really bad widowmaker that's hanging. Oh, I think it's down there. I can see it going out that way. I'll try to hold the camera steady for you. A zip line would be really fun. I built a zip line as a kid for my fort, which was about 20 feet high. Got halfway down the rope on the zip line with the pulley, and then the end of the zip line ripped out of the fence, and I biffed. That was my last zip line adventure. I was much braver as a child. And stupider, Did the jump off the garage roof with a bed sheet as a parachute. Thought that would work. Yeah, I'll have to get somebody with me to go into that little cave entrance thing. I'm curious what's back behind there and how far back that goes. So, anyways, for going through some stressful stuff in life, I thought this would be a fun little peaceful video here. I can't believe it's been 40 minutes already. I definitely appreciate all of you guys taking the time to watch it and taking the time to comment on it. I know I haven't really read many of the comments because I've been walking and trying not to fall and biff. How many of you guys have been here since the beginning? Oh, Banquip was. He was here at the beginning. Still got lots of property to explore. This is just one spot that I knew was really pretty. It didn't disappoint. I feel bad that Kelly didn't come with me. I'll have to bring her over here a little bit later. Her back was hurting her today. We've been using that rake real hard. The driveway's looking great though. I'll get some shots of that later. We got our mailbox in. We got our address. Najkin? I have no idea. Thank you for that. I have no idea how to pronounce your name though. I feel horrible about that. Give me a phonetic spelling of it. I would like to know how you pronounce that. Were there other... Let me scroll back through, because if there were other super chats and I was walking and talking, I missed them and I apologize. That would be horrible. That's what I get. It looks like there was some other ones. I suck. Oh, it's not letting me scroll back any farther. If I missed some, I am truly sorry. Yeah, I think a wood stove. We had the fire pit going out here, or the burn barrel. It actually hasn't gone out since we lit it a few days ago. So, oh, I think it's just about perfect out here. We still haven't seen a deer out here yet. Kind of looking forward to that. Are we tired of staring at this rock and the tree that somebody carved something in that I would love to figure out what it used to say? It's just under 25 acres. Ooh. That ground is very soft there, like a peat moss kind of feel to it. There's our property line. You can see the orange. I love the roots on the, are they beech trees? Is that what they are? God, even that hill is just beautiful. You came here for a bus channel, and now you're watching a nature channel. Who knew? I think it's level enough up here that could make a nice yard. I'm trying to catch my breath. The hill is a little steeper than it looked. So this ridge goes, I don't know, 1,500 feet. And then we got a holler on this side and a holler on that side. The holler over down yonder there. This tree came down and took a bunch of trees with it. So I'll start walking back. I'm not reading comments as I walk. So be kind to each other. I just love the trees. I think they're gonna disappear a little bit in another week or two when all the leaves start coming. That is a giant dead tree. This is gonna be like 3D. Oh. Definitely got to come in here and clear out some of this saplings, or I know that's not good for the bigger trees, having them all over the place. It's a big hole. I don't want to step in the middle of it. You all should be walking in place while you're watching it. Pretend like you're getting the exercise. Oh, I just said y'all, didn't I? What an idiot. I would love to have my own moonshine. Legally, of course. That was a joke, Charles. Charles is a local detective that we've met and become friends with since we moved into town. But it's Tennessee, so I assume we could make whiskey. Yeah, the elevation change on top of this hill, I mean, it pretty much stays the same all the way. We got some amazing Charlie Brown Christmas trees here. Look, there's an ancient beer can over here. Maybe not that ancient. Definitely not ancient because it's got a pop top on it. Budweiser. I might as well pick it up because I don't want to leave the trash out here. Oh, see another beer can. Also Budweiser. Yeah, looks like it's been shot or something. Okay. Oh, hey, I can see Lenny. "491 people are watching me walk through the woods. Impressive. That's what quarantine does." Or maybe not, quarantine's not the right word. Social isolation. Put my beer cans on top of the thing. I'll go show you how the drive's coming along. We haven't worked the top of it here yet. Well, you can't really see it. I told you it's steep. But it looks pretty good. It's mostly flat. We got all the big humps out of it. Once we get the box blade run down it a few times, I think we'll be good for several months. And then in the future, we can do whatever we want. But it looks good. Pretty flat, packed down nice. Okay, let me sit down and I'll try to read a few comments, take a few questions if you have any. Just give me a second. Sitting on some chert. I had my one wheel out here and I wasn't going to go down the driveway with it, so I carried it all the way to the bottom of the hill. And I thought, I'm going to ride my one wheel up the hill because I'm good. I went about 5 feet and I imagined myself breaking something seriously. So then I carried the one wheel all the way back up to the top of the hill. I'm not ready yet. At some point, we'll measure the distance on this. We can figure out exactly what the grade is on it, how many feet it goes up. We know it goes up over 75 feet just from right there up to there. And the road down below is probably 125 feet below. So it's uphill the whole way. Yeah, that's why there's a ditch dug on the side of the driveway over there for drainage. And we put drain tile where I'm sitting at right now. You can see it there. It's under the drive where this was kind of a natural wash from the hill. We're gonna work hard on getting with the water, talking with the neighbors, and talking with the water company, figuring out where we can get the water run in at. We really need to get water out here. The septic, I need to find somebody who can do it. It'd be great if there was somebody that had a backhoe that would come out and help us do it. It's gonna get pretty expensive. I know I said I was gonna read some comments and take some things. Let me scroll back here a little bit because I didn't necessarily do that. We only get like 2 inches of snow here a year. The house, with the way everything's going with the economy and all that right now, I have no idea when it's going to get started. We will start a pole barn. Pole barn's going to have a little apartment attached to it. We were going to, pay cash for all that kind of stuff, and pole barns are pretty inexpensive. But I don't know what's going to happen right now. We're not allowed to live full time here on the property in an RV, so we definitely have to build a structure. Brandon Ray's asking about his 8V92, keeping the 8Ds. It's nice to have them, but for the price, you can put some Group 31s in there, but like if you have a Rural King sells 8D batteries for like 144 bucks, I would just stick with them. Yeah, we've already had our septic test done. We actually have our septic permit already approved and we have it, so we're ready to go on it. We had 130 tons, 130 tons of gravel brought in for the driveway. It wasn't that much money. They had it on sale, no joke. I really do need to buy my own excavator. Because I want to put access in down on the bottom of the hill. it's beautiful down there. But there's no way to get a vehicle really up in there until we do something. So I really need to get an excavator and a bulldozer and stuff like that. And I think it was about $1,800. I think the rock was $1,800. I told you it's on sale. That was delivered. That was all those guys bringing the trucks and everything. Yeah, I'm ready to look for some Detroit diesel powered. That was my goal. You know, my dream was kind of to have that stuff. So I know how to work on it. Have it out here on the property. Detroit diesel powered, you know, excavator and a bulldozer and skid steer and that kind of stuff. Some of it's pretty expensive, and I don't have the funds to do that right now. So that the ideal situation for me would be find one that's not running, that the hydraulics are good or something, but the engine's no good. Something that I could fix, have fun with Tyler fixing, get it going. That would be the ideal situation. You know, get a tractor and all that kind of stuff. Right now, I have nothing. I have a wheelbarrow, a shovel, and a rake, and we raked that whole damn driveway that goes farther than you can see. We took turns. This is not the prettiest spot for me to stop and chat with you. Yeah, I would love to have a skid steer. Just money's a little tight. Everybody does a lot of you need. Right now we got the property. The world's kind of falling apart, you know. Everything that we thought we were going to have financially, and you know, the last month or so, I think everything in the world is up in the air. You know, money, if you had it put away in your retirement, where's your next paycheck coming from? You can't go out and work. I'm not complaining. People got it way worse than me. It's just a little hard to plan on the future thing right now. We're lucky enough that we have that other home. Our plan was when our daughter gets married in October, we're going to sell it. But by then there might be a lot of foreclosures on the market, and the housing market might be terrible, and that's going to affect our plans too. So nothing's easy. This is where I want to put in a road. Bankrupt. You guys need a nice bottle of wine, liquor, and some other spirit of your choosing. That's much appreciated, man. Maybe I'll start a skid steer fund instead of the liquor. But yeah, right here, I would love to pull this all out and put a road going up in here. I don't know if you remember or if you've seen, I did a video day one back in here. I don't know, this isn't probably the best spot for me to climb right now. Let me go in over here. Whoa. Hell, I suppose the road coming in through here wouldn't be too bad. Get rid of a few trees. Because I quite like it back in here. Got the chert cliff on the one side. Yeah, being stuck at home is not expensive at all. That's great. Hey, look, I found a lamp. That's more trash I gotta pick up. It's really pretty back in that way too. There's just a little hill there, and then yeah, it sucked that we paid that guy to come out and do the driveway with the box blade and stuff first, and then we kind of tore it up with those dump trucks. And maybe we'll put plastic or a fabric, not plastic, but driveway fabric down under there and bring more gravel in at some point. We'll see. We're just under 25 acres. We got most of that trash all picked up out of the property that was out here. Definitely filled that dumpster up. Don't you think this would be a neat spot to have at least an RV pad back in here? I think some of my friends would like to come and park their RVs here. You wouldn't get any solar down here. And your generator would echo off of the... I'm going to call it a canyon. It's only on one side, but there's still hills on both sides. Pretty private, secluded spot. Yeah, I think even like tent camping out here would be fun. We really have been having a blast out here in the bus. Just boondocking, and the batteries were 90-some% when I started this video earlier, and it's been pretty sunny today, so I ran the air conditioning all night long the other night off the batteries while we were sleeping. It was a pretty muggy, humid night, which obviously the thermostat would turn on and off, but it was turning on a couple times an hour. The fact that we can do that. I have an upcoming video coming up with, I'm going to do a video, like a Skype interview with Dometic for the YouTube channel. We're going to talk about some new products they got coming out and other things that they have. And I'm not getting anything from them. I just reached out to them and thought that'd be a fun thing to talk about. They have a lot of RV products and stuff like that. So they've agreed to do that, and we're in the middle of talks. I just sent them another email today discussing what we're going to briefly talk about and go through and stuff. But they'd be a nice partner to have too, obviously. I like my low profile air conditioner units. I just wish they were a little bit more energy efficient. But, you know, refrigerators, a toilet, that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of the nomad living stuff is probably even more attractive to people right now too. The RV lifestyle, you know, especially, you know, if you're stuck in your home, which I don't understand why a lot of the campgrounds are closing. Because I feel bad for people if they want to be able to get away from a big city. They should be able to go to nature where there'll be a lot less dense population in a campground. That kind of sucks. I love the chert cliffs that we have here. I think One of the local guys was in here the other day. He's like, what are you gonna do about that? And I'm like, Kelly's like, we love that. I'm gonna try to get some people come out here to the property where I'll work on their buses here. Just got to get these RV pads in for them. I don't want to work on them on the dirt or on the ground. And I started to say earlier, the concrete guy, we had him come out here and give us estimates for some concrete pads for the working on buses and parking my bus. He called me yesterday, but I was helping the neighbors move. I didn't get a chance to answer the phone. And then when I tried calling him back, I didn't get an answer. And today's Sunday. I didn't really want to bother him on a Sunday. Kind of got some personal boundaries that I try not to cross with people on weekends. I think what I have is his cell phone number, and I don't want to bother him with work stuff on a Sunday. Let him enjoy time with his family. I can find out later how much my RV pad's going to cost. The structure of these, though, they really don't erode. They stay pretty well together because there's layers of rock in there with it. You can't really see it. We've gone over it before, but all those little bands, that's rock in there. This is probably you can see where the excavator scraped it probably 30 years ago. It's not going nowhere. And my driveway's pretty flat. We've been collecting rainwater here off of the bus. There's some drip rails on it, and we've been using that water for cleaning our boots and that kind of stuff. And we actually we took a 1 gallon jug. We got several of them that we filled up from the rainwater. And then we've been using those to actually flush the toilet instead of using our fresh water to flush the toilet. If you're on our Patreon page, I did a post last night talking about we had a toilet situation yesterday. Something I had to rectify. We can usually go another week or so before we got to do an RV dump. Okay. I think I'm going to end this here. We've been on more than an hour. When you post on the Patreon from your mobile device, don't put a space after the last word. So whatever you're done typing, hit enter without a space, and that'll post your comment. Banquo, that's why you're having a problem. If you put a space, like a period and a space, and then you hit enter, it won't post your comment. So get rid of the space at the end, and that should fix that for you. So thank you everyone for watching, subscribing, commenting, sharing, and just being our friends. I appreciate it so much. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy. I don't even know what to say. Whatever you got going on, try to enjoy it.